All right, guys, welcome to Miramar. We are in an elevator. Today's day 40. Today we're going to the Anson Sport Complex. We're going to do a little warm-up and pre-race prep for the 600 meter tomorrow, and I couldn't be more excited. Miami is actually beautiful. Florida in general is just so beautiful. Like if you're in North Florida, it feels a mixture of like South Florida, like what Florida feels like, and what the South feels like. But once you get to here, like Miami just feels like very unique. It's very Miami. Florida could be its own country for sure. Here we are waiting for our Uber, just loosening up from that long travel day. The day was actually not as long as I originally had thought it was going to be. The Gainesville to Miami travel airplane is actually very convenient. Here's the Anson track that I'll be racing on tomorrow, and it was very exciting to meet here actually Olivier Desmuel, the Canadian 600 meter record holder. We are going to do our pre-workout together, and I'm going to join him on a couple of his repeat 200 meters before the race. I was about to say, I was 12:09 at the 100. I was like, this guy's cruising.
That's a good question. I thought it was yesterday, to be honest, but maybe it's today. I don't think. Like, do you think you could run 30?
All right, guys, that was a lot of fun warming up and cooling down with Olivier Desmuel, the Canadian 600 meter record holder. He's a great guy, guys. Always enjoy hanging out with him. I got to know him a lot more this time than I ever have before, so that was very nice. Now we are going to get picked up by our parents. Holy smokes, look at this. The lizards are insane down here. Anyways, we're gonna go get something to eat, and we're just gonna relax. We're gonna go from there. Overall, the warm-up felt great. We did a 225.4, I think, and then a 112.0, and I wasn't pushing it. I was just trying to go like, a faster 600 effort on that 100 and not hurt myself, and I felt great. So we'll see where we go from here in terms of where we're gonna eat. All right, guys, welcome to day 41 of training to qualify for Tokyo 2025. On deck today, it's race day. Today we're racing the 600 meters. We are currently in Miramar. This is arguably the most important race of my life, depending on how well I do. This will set me up very well for the amount of points that I need to qualify for Tokyo. So the goal today is to run as fast as possible and also place as high as possible. I've been feeling the last few months that my speed from last year, that I gained from last year, I still have a lot of it. The speed endurance, not as much. So I'm actually pretty stoked to run a 600 because as of right now, I think I would run a faster 600 than an 800, but we're about to find that out for sure. We're only staying one day in Miami. I'm actually about to check out. I'm supposed to check out in 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go hang out with my parents for a little bit, get ready to run, and yeah, it should be a good one, guys. Like, I'm just trying to zone in here, and I'm also trying to get out of this hotel because this hotel room smells a little bit like doo-doo. Not like terrible, but you know when you come in and something smells off, but then you get used to it like really quick, and then you leave and you come back again, you're just like, there's something off about this room. Anyways, guys, as always, I'm very grateful to be in this position, to be able to run at this age anyway, so whatever happens, we're going to accept it and just move right along.
All right, fans, here they come. This is our men's 600 meters.
All right, Eamon.
400 meters to go. Ryan Sanchez with a time of 23.6 in the 200. All right, fans, let's bring them home with 150 meters to go. Mr. Jones of Barbados.
All right, guys. Post-race review. I have not been this disappointed in a performance in a very long time. We set the stage here that this was a B meet, that performing well here would have really helped our chance to make Tokyo 2025. Not only did we not perform well, it was just really an eye-opener with where I'm at in my training and my fitness level. Going into the race, I felt pretty good. I felt okay. My hamstrings were slightly sore, but they're always slightly sore, so that's no excuse either. My father was there, and he got me at 50.4 seconds for the 400 meter. I think I ran like 1:19.5 or something like that. Not a single second of that race felt comfortable. I felt like I was inefficient from the very start. Even though it was fast, like, it didn't feel super fast. Like, I was trying to get into a groove of like how to cruise at this pace, and it was just, I couldn't. Like, I couldn't run at that 12.5 second pace for that long and feel good. And I thought I'd be able to, I'm not gonna lie. But the thing I always say is there's nothing more humbling than the sport of track and field. You can say this, you can say that about racing, about, well, this is how you perform well, this is this. When you show up to the track and you race, you perform well or you don't. So obviously what we're doing right now, the training we're doing, and where I thought I was, they're not matching. I think I would have done better today if I went out like a second slower in the 400, but guys, like, I was hoping to run quick. Going out in 51.4, even though it sounds kind of quick, it's not that fast. I thought I would be able to go faster than that. I thought I'd be able to go out in 50 point and close hard. And clearly that was not the case. So I'm just gonna let this soak in for a bit. I am feeling better from earlier today, but I'll show you guys rock bottom. I'll show you guys when things aren't going to plan, and hopefully we can move up from here. Hopefully we can make some good adjustments in our training. And I think my dad kind of put it in perspective best. He said, when was the last time you ran a 50.4 second 400 meter? 2 years ago? And when was the last time I ran a 50.4 second pace 300 meter? Last season. So why do I expect to go through the 450.4 or faster and close hard? He raises a good point. So we got to be doing more of this stuff. Maybe not more of the 600 meter stuff, because we're not racing a 600 meter again, but I bet you the same could be said about the 800. The fact that I went through and I ran 1:19.5, and I ran faster than that, running my personal best, my 1:47.5, going through the 600 2 years ago. So that stings, guys. I'm not gonna lie, that stings. I'm working very hard and that stings. But as I was talking to my good friend Leroy Russell was texting me, and when he was texting me, I was at the lowest of my low, and I was just spilling my heart out about how disappointed I am with myself and everything like that. And, he said last year, didn't you run 121.4 here or 0.3? I did. I also didn't do well at this meet last year too. I don't think they're going to let me run here next year. But last year was even worse. Last year I performed even worse. We were under slightly different circumstances, but I was still in the mindset that I could run a fast 600. And after I ran the 121.4 last year, I ran another couple workouts, and I had to take a month and a half off just because I re-aggravated an injury. But this year, I ran almost 2 seconds faster. I'm not injured. Training's going okay. We just have to make some slight adjustments. He gave me a nice little compliment. He says, "You're Mr. Make It Happen." And if there's one thing that I can always rely on, guys, when it comes to peak season, you haven't seen it yet, but when it comes to peak season, I always show up. I always show up come peak season, peak race. It's just we need to show up earlier in the season. Now's the time. Like, we need to start showing up at these earlier races if we want a shot at making Tokyo 2025. And not doing well today, really our chances took a huge blow. But that's just the sport of track and field. It's ruthless. It doesn't care about you. It just cares about how fast you run. And if you don't run fast, well, you don't win. You don't do well. You don't make world championships. Making world championships are for winners. And today I was not a winner. But on another note, huge congrats to Olivier Desmule. He's my fellow Canadian. I actually spent quite a bit of time with him these last 2 days. I got to know him a lot better. We always knew each other, but this last couple of days, I got to know him quite a bit better. We were just chatting for a while, and it's funny. Even though we're from two totally different parts of Canada, we have a lot of the same. We have a lot of similarities. And he ran 1:15.1 today, and further cemented his Canadian record. Further reduced his Canadian record. He's a stud. He's an all-star. He came second. He's looking so fit, and he's doing everything right now. I'm not. So let's make some adjustments. Thank you for following this journey. I hope I can make it up later in the season. And for you guys who are looking forward to me to kill this 600 or to do well in this 600 and show that, what I've been doing has been working. This just shows track and field's not like that. You have your ups and downs and your sway. As long as you're kind of going like this, we're good. But right now, we're kind of here. We need to make some adjustments so we don't go down here. We don't go down. We need to keep going. And we're going to keep going. We're not going to give up. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for, if you subscribe to my channel, thank you for that too. And hopefully by the end of the season, in an ideal scenario, we'll be at Tokyo 2025 and everyone can look back to this point and say, this was the bottom. But we're not giving up here, guys. We're not giving up. There's other opportunities, but I'd be lying to say if this wasn't a huge blow. So on that note, I'll see you guys next time.